Hello, everyone, one and all, my dear young ladies and young gentlemen. Yeah, how are you? You are the pillars of a nation. You are our future. And my fellow friends and family, I wanted to share these lines. They have always stayed with me. How Shakespeare transfers his theatre life and the theatre life of the actors into real life, how he kind of compares it. He compares that our life as human beings is like we are actors. We all have birth and we enter the stage as our destiny, our fate allows, and we leave and we exit the stage, and that stage is the journey of life when he wills it, and when it's time for us to leave this world and move towards life after death. So for him, he's trying to explain that we are all actually actors who are playing our part, and we all have brief, short appearances in this life. We all have 7 stages in our life. He's just picked up a young boy's life and symbolized this at different stages of our life, and he divides them into 7 stages, just like. And I think it's a beautiful analogy, beautiful comparison कि हमारी ज़िंदगी बिल्कुल एक ऐसी है जैसे एक थिएटर है, एक स्टेज है, जहाँ जब अल्लाह चाहता है हमें भेजता है, हम यहाँ पैदा होते हैं और फिर हम पैदा होते हैं, वी आर इन्फेंट्स, फिर हम टॉडलर्स बनते हैं और फिर हम एडोलेसेंट्स बनते हैं और फिर हम बड़े होते हैं और इस ज़िंदगी में और इन्वॉल्व होते चले जाते हैं विद फुल पैशन एंड लव एंड इंटेंसिटी एंड फॉरगेटिंग कि ये तो सब अल्लाह के हाथ में है, एंड आर एग्जिट्स आर इन हिज हैंड्स, and we all have to exit this stage of life, and it is beautifully so he reminds us कि हमें उतना ही मीनिंग इस लाइफ को देना चाहिए जितना कि बाकी की बाद की आइंदा की ज़िंदगी जो यहाँ से इंतकाल करके हमारी ज़िंदगी है, और इसको उतना ही मीनिंग देना चाहिए कि जितनी ज़रूरत है, और उस देश की भी तैयारी करनी चाहिए जो कि लाइफ आफ्टर डेथ कहलाता है. और I'll read it out to you, and maybe in between I'll just give you my very humble explanation, and I would like your comments and your discussion. That's what I've been waiting for and looking forward to. So it begins like this. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, birth and death, and one man in his time. So each one of us have to play a part through the journey of life. He says, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant mewling and puking in the nurse's arms, then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face. So why is he whining? Because he doesn't want to go to school. We can all relate to that parts of our lives when we begin school and we hate to part from our moms. But that's how different stages are, and how helpless we are at our birth. How helpless we are at a birth, that we can do nothing. So we are just crying and laughing in the nurse's or the mother's arms, depending for our lives on them. And then next stage is we are soon, and how time passes by, and we are soon growing up and going to school, right? And you see so many children moving to school so reluctantly and so unwillingly. Yeah, and shining morning face and creeping like snail, unwilling to school. And then the lover, we all have our, our brief crushes and phases as young people. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrows. So of course we all fall in love, or we think we are in love, because that's biologically we feel that way, but it could be genuine love as well. So then and then we see a person getting into his profession, achieving what he or she wants to. Here he symbolizes and says, then a soldier full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. So how passionate we are to prove our mettle, to prove our courage, to prove our strength, to prove our mettle and our intelligence to others, to the world. The world's opinion matters the most at that time, right? And ready to fight our battles, right? Even if we are facing, death or threats. And then Shakespeare says, and then the justice in fair round belly, with good capon lined, right, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. Then we reach our middle age, when we think we have become very wise from our youthful experiences, our journey in life, and we dress up formally and properly, and we make proper talk, and we make big quotes and revise wise sayings, right? Trying to prove our experience and our sagacity. And then he says the sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved, a world too wide, right? And then he has shrunk shank and big manly voice, turning again towards childish treble pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. So, and then it's oblivion, and we leave this world when the time comes, when we have played our parts, we have made our appearances, and gone through the journey of life, through different stages of life, which is a set pattern of all of us. It's beautifully written and really needs to be thought over and shared with each other. So I hope you'll do that with me too. Nice seeing you all. Khudafis.